what. But the video that I made was talking about how the reason why the military is here, because they know that the power grid is about to shut down. So they know that millions of people is going to be looting. They're going to be doing all types of stuff because, the power is out. So just to let y'all know, it is going to be a very intense lockdown, meaning that you won't be able to come outside at all. It's not going to be a curfew because there's no reason for you to come outside because there's no electricity. It's not like you can go to work now. It's not like you can go to the stores because there's no electricity. So it is going to be a very intense lockdown. And the reason why I'm making this video now, because when they enforce this lockdown, I don't want y'all to be in fear or worried about what is going on outside, because what is going on outside is that the reason why they are going to have an intense lockdown is because while the grid is out, they are going to be setting up these stores and these corporations and these businesses for the mark. So when everything do come back on and we go back outside, it's going to be a whole new way of living. These stores is going to be transformed. So not only is what's going on outside at that time is going to be a new change of life, but it's a very spiritual thing of what's going on at the same time too. So I don't want y'all to worry about what's going on outside. When they put us on this intense, strict lockdown, while we is inside of our houses, I want y'all to get your soul right. Get your heart and get your spirit and your conscience right with our true creator. Don't worry about what's going on outside. Don't worry about your job. Don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about what they could be doing, what they might be doing. Don't even worry about what's going on outside. I want y'all to just get your house right. When they put us on this strict lockdown, I want us to get our house right. And what I mean by house, I mean get your soul right. Get your spirit right. Get your conscience right. Get your heart right. So that case, whatever happens, once you walk out that door, it really don't matter because you got your house right with our true creator. Because when this power grid shut down, it's not going to shut down. When the power grid shut down, it's not going to shut down the moon and the sun and the stars. We are still going to have daylight. It's just that the power is going to be off. There will be no Wi-Fi. There will be no electricity. It is going to be none of that. But we're still going to have daylight. We're still going to have all of these things. And for the people that is running off of the solar, they're going to cover up the sun. Because you got a lot of these businesses and houses that is now working off of solar. This is another reason why they is covering the sun. Because you got a lot of houses and businesses that doesn't work off electricity alone. They use the sun to basically give them electricity. So this is another reason why they're blocking the sun. If they block the sun, your house or your business can't get the energy that it needs because the sun is being blocked. So don't worry about what's going on outside. Worry about getting your heart ready, your soul ready. Worry about getting your family ready. So whatever happens once this electricity comes back on, you are right with our true creator. And we is coming up into a beautiful, scary, but yet intense moment. Because right now, we are about to make that ultimate choice. When this power grid go down and it comes back up, we are about to make the ultimate choice. And this ultimate choice is going to cost us our souls. Because you are going to have to choose. Is you going to take this mark and do what you have to do to live on this earth so that you can be able to eat and work and take care of your family? Or you're not going to take this mark? because you know what this mark is. Now, by now, I'm pretty sure all of y'all know that the mark of the beast is here. And it's about to be enforced. It's up to you to take this mark. It's up to you to allow yourself to be in fear to take this mark. But believe me, the devil is not going to force you to do it. He may give you some choices that's going to be bizarre, but he can't make you take this mark. You have to want to do it. He might tell you, well, look, if you don't take this mark, you won't be able to eat. You won't be able to work. You won't be able to do nothing. You won't be able to do that. He's going to do that to you because that's his way of putting you in fear to take the mark. But just because he gives you these alternatives, it doesn't mean that you still have to do it. It just means that you was in fear of not doing it because you want to do the things that he told you you can't do if you don't take it. So right now, when the power grid go down, you know that it is the end or the beginning.
All right, all praises to the Most High, Yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi, bahasham, rahakakadash. Double honors and salutations to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the speckled bird that's scattered across the four winds of the earth. Shalom to you, Akim and Aqua, that be listening to the videos. This is your brother Kalakar coming back at you with another video, and this video is gonna be a video that's been going around in the brotherhood. I saw the apostles do a video on it. I saw some of the elders do a video on it, and so I wanted to also do a video on it. I'm gonna play the video in the beginning of the lesson, so you'll see it before I start talking. But yeah, times are getting closer and closer. So, and the Lord even said in Joel 2. So like 28. Joel 2 and 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old man shall dream dreams. Your young man shall see visions. So yeah, this woman, she obviously been listening to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, because that's the only group. Great Millstone is the only group that really go into the MOTB and the terror that's coming before, or during Jacob's trouble. So she have to be listening to somebody. But with that said, she gave no credit to the apostles or the elders, or even nobody, So, people these days, people of the world, you never know. She could be a believer, but she put out great information, or she prophesied great information. She's not a prophet, only the men's prophets, according to 2 Ezra 1:36-40. The men are the prophets, So she just probably, like I said, listening to the apostles and elders and putting her 2 cents together because she saw something on the news and seeing things that's happening in the world, and coming out and saying something about it. So let's get into another scripture. Let's go to the Amos. She was talking about in the video about how the power grid is going to be shut down. So this is Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahawah, that I would send a famine in the land, not a famine of the bread, but of thirst of, nor thirst of water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi. Once that power grid goes out and all of that, I mean, that's technically likened to the famine of the word. They're gonna lock down everything, and the prophets can't go out there and prophesy, and the internet, the unicorn is down. So how are you gonna hear the word? How are you gonna get, know what to do if you don't have this truth? And she said there's gonna be a lot of looting and things of that nature, and lockdowns, and to get our house in order and things like that. Let's get that. I think it's in Salakia. It's the second Ezra's. Salakia, bear with me. We can get this though. Second Ezra's 15. Let's start. Let me start up here at the top. Second Ezra's 15:1. Behold, speak thou into the ears of the people the words of prophecy, which I have put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not their imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Verse 5, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues on the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction. And that's going more into Jacob's trouble. But if you slide down to let's start at the 14th verse. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall regard their kings and princes, and the courses of their action shall stand in the power. A man shall desire to go in the city, and shall not be able. So this is going into, she said they're going to be looting and lockdowns and things like that. And so, sedition among men, invading one another, looting and stealing and robbing people, because the power grid is down. They should not regard their kings or princes. They're not going to care what the people are saying, the higher ups people are saying. That's going to bring in those troops. That's going to bring in those troops to keep everything in order. Man shall desire to go into a city and shall not able be able. A man is not going to be able to go to the next city that he wants to go to. For because their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy his house with the sword, and spoil his goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. So that's going into that the power grid being off. People are hungry. People are don't have food in their house. And they got to go rob and steal just to stay alive, and they're going to be lockdowns and things of that nature. So people are going to say, hell with those lockdowns. I got to eat. My family got to eat. So I got to go out here and do what I need to do, Let's get, because she talked about the MOTB, being implemented, and that's, we don't know what the Lord got planned, but this sister is in the right place, She's bringing it out. She's bringing out what, according to what she's saying. But you never know how the Lord is gonna do things. So, if that sister is, part of the elect, all praises, because she's laying down a heavy testimony. This is Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in at the strait gate, for the wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be go in thereat. Verse 14, because strait is the gate and narrow is the way which lead into life, and few there be found it. And that's, basically talking about the elect in these times in Jacob's trouble. They the ones that's going to be delivered, the ones that call on the Lord's name, and that the Lord ordained, in these times to be saved. What's that? The meek shall inherit the earth. Salakia. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. That's the elect, of the nation of Israel. That's the ones that's gonna have 144,000, and then 1/3 women, men, and children. They're gonna inherit the next earth to come. But we have to get through these times, these horrific times that's coming. Martial law, Jacob's trouble, these troops coming in and surrounding, and you can't go anywhere, you can't go to the store, you can't go to work, you gotta stay in your home, and then, like she said, they're gonna implement the MOTB. Now we don't know how that's gonna go like that, but that sounds accurate enough. If you're in the know of things, and people gonna call it fear mongering, all of these things, but Esau is slick and Esau is subtle, so he might do something even more crafty, where he, you don't even see it coming. He just bam, it's on you, and you got to make a decision. So that decision, that's coming, man. You're gonna have to, and Isaiah 33:6, stability of which is wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding should be the stability of our time. So we're gonna look to be stable in these times, calling on the Lord and His only begotten Son, and the right names, not the bogus names. Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell on the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my power, and the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, and I will write upon him my new name. So the hour of temptation, when they implement that and they mandatory it, they're gonna make it mandatory, because a lot of people are going to reject it and say, nah, I don't want to take that, I'm not part of that, we already know what this is. And then Esau going to have to come with a very crafty way to persuade the people to taking it, eventually making it mandatory, the mandatory implantation of the MOTB, and that's when Esau gonna think he on top, and his mountain is his new world order is prevailing, and the Lord is gonna, when they say peace and safety, sudden destruction, gonna come from that. So You got to resist the devil and he shall flee away from you. So don't worry about, the Lord controls both sides. So you literally have nothing to worry about at all. 2 Ezra 5:1, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the day shall come. What are the tokens? That's the signs. The day shall come, that they that dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. But iniquity shall be increased above which is now that seest, for thou hast heard long ago. So the people are going to be taken in a great number, with everything that's going on, and some of the brothers are going to have to be put in jail and be put to death. Some brothers are going to have to be beheaded. John the Revelator saw that. He saw that on the island of Patmos, that brothers were getting beheaded because they didn't bow down to the New World image or New World Order. They didn't take the mark. They wasn't defiled with women, which going into philosophies and whatnot. But the others that take that chip and it's not part of the elect, the Lord gonna have to do a lot of killing. It said in Isaiah 66:15, the Lord gonna have to do a lot of killing. The slain of the Lord shall be many. So going into the power grid and looting and lockdowns, no power, the stores, the mark, get your house in order. Let's see if we can find that. Is it in 7? Second Ezra 7:26, behold, the time will come that these tokens which I have told thee shall come to pass, and the bride shall appear, and she coming forth shall be seen, that now is withdrawn from the earth. And whosoever is delivered from the foresaid evil shall see my wonders. See his wonders, those tokens, those signs, signs of the time. What's the sign? Seeing the army tanks move around, and the government is practicing, and they've been practicing, and they're getting ready for war, and a lot of sorrow, a bunch of sorrows, man. Bad times. We all praises that we woke up in these times, man, because this is going to be something that it's just something you can't put into words. And we don't even know what the Lord is going to do. We know what he's going to do, but we don't know how it's going to play out. But we know the Lord is going to do something that's just horrific. And if you're part of the elect, you got to call on the Lord, man. You got to keep the Lord in your heart. You got to keep going hard for the Lord. You got to do everything for the Lord. Make your bodies a living sacrifice for the Lord. Look what he did for us. This is Zephaniah 2 and 3. Zephaniah 2 and verse 3, seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth. Remember, the meek shall inherit the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness and seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. And what is that, the Lord's anger? That's the hour in temptation, Jacob's trouble, martial law, UN troops, civil war, people going Egyptian versus Egyptian, like neighbors versus neighbors, neighborhoods versus neighborhoods. It's just going to be a very horrific time, and the Lord going to take 1 hour to take this place down. So think about that. Hour at work, that goes by quick. Imagine being in the midst of all the chaos, that's gonna go by slow. It's gonna go by slow because you're gonna be thinking, you're gonna be in the moment. You're gonna be in the moment, you know? So, there's many scriptures that could have been brought out. Salakia. Salakia. There's many scriptures that could be brought out. But I just wanted to touch on a couple of them and, just bring out some information and, my thoughts and what's in my spirit. And because I saw this in 2019 and I've had plenty of dreams about it. And, I always have dreams of, just seeing the chaos unfolding, and I'm just, just looking at it. Sometimes some of my dreams I had a blue shield over me or something like that. It's crazy. I don't know how to explain it, or I'm explaining it the best way I can, but I just hope the Lord ain't deceiving me, and hope the Lord is dealing with me, while I preach the word and do as much as I can from each day. So with that said, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi, bahasham, rakakadash. Double honors and salutations to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom to you, speckled bird that's scattered on the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you, Akim and Aqua, that be listening to the videos. This is your brother Kalakar, and Lord willing, I'll see you on the next video. Shalom. Salakia. Wow, my fingers can't be that damn big. This is a joke.